Because I heard he could really play.
No. He can't even be Shakur.
He can't
So you.
What's Shakur lied to you?
You lost. I seen the videos.
You ain't seen my video.
Oh, I didn't.
Exactly.
I just seen the videos.
Exactly. What happened? Exactly.
Boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is world champion.
Terence Crawford stirred controversy after confronting Devin Haney Sr. and sharing blunt opinions about Shakur Stevenson. Crawford also cautioned that Stevenson's elite defensive skills make him exceptionally dangerous, warning that underestimating him could result in serious consequences in future matchups.
Obviously, your little brother, you know what I'm saying, Shakur, that's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because you're the man. Who you got winning that?
I got Shakur. People may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Terence Crawford stated that many fighters, including Devin Haney, are reluctant to face Shakur Stevenson, describing Stevenson as a truly intimidating opponent inside the ring.
Terence, you're here for your little brother this week in Shakur Stevenson. I've interviewed both of you for years, and you really have kind of built a relationship that a lot of people know about. Some people maybe don't. How good is Shakur Stevenson in your opinion?
He's not good, he's great. And I think tomorrow the world will take notice of how great he is. There's a reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing. You know, and tomorrow he will show it.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shakur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, you know, he can get hurt. You know? But I see Shakur outboxing him to a decision, a unanimous decision.
Terence Crawford, known as Bud, acknowledged Shakur Stevenson's exceptional talent, praising his sharp strategy, technical ability, and high boxing IQ. He described Stevenson as a fighter who blends smart tactics with precise execution, making him a formidable and highly respected force in the ring.
When I'm in there with Shakur, you know, it's a chess match, you know, because Shakur is a thinking man as well. So it's definitely a chess match, and you know, that's something that, you know, I love, he loved, because now we got to be creative. We got to be, you know, we got to go in that bag and be like, man, I can't do this with him because it's not gonna work. So now I got to get more creative to get a little advantage over him, because we both competitive. Neither one of us want to let the other one get anything off. So, you know, that's probably what he's alluding to.
Devin Haney confidently stated that he will fight Shakur Stevenson, stressing that the matchup is too important to turn down. He pointed to the massive financial opportunity involved and emphasized that fans are strongly calling for the fight.
Say your name without saying Shakur, Teofimo, Tank, right? It just says what it is. Is that fight going to ever happen? Would it ever happen against you and Shakur?
100%, yeah. I think so. I think it.
You think Shakur will grow into whatever weight you're in?
I mean, we're all of us is close to the same size. You know, we're all growing together. We're all like, you know, getting bigger. We're all, so, and it's only so many guys, like y'all said, it's only so many guys that we could make big money and people want to see the fights. Which even though I know that they making new guys, it's guys like Kermel, Abdullah, all these guys want to come up too. So eventually they gonna be there too. But yeah, no, I think that a fight with Shakur is very much possible. We tried to make it happen a while back, but you never know. I think that it could still happen.
During a recent podcast, Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford briefly discussed Devin Haney Sr., touching on themes of respect, competition, and career outlook. Shakur made it clear that he's willing to fight anyone placed in front of him, including elite, top-tier opponents like Devin Haney.
I would fight whoever they put in front of me.
What about Devin Haney?
Whoever they put in front of me.
Negotiations between elite fighters are famously complicated, involving purse splits, broadcast rights, promotional politics, and, as history shows, management's balance between risk and reward. Shakur Stevenson has been clear that he only pursues fights that align with his financial and career objectives, which may help explain delays in finalizing a bout with Devin Haney. Some analysts argue the talks haven't stalled due to fear from either side, but because both camps are pushing for the most favorable deal, and in fights of this magnitude, that's often how it goes.
So I try to be real careful on what I say.
True. This has got Jay on Twitter. He a big Haney fan. He be always clipping and changing stuff, Jay.
Yeah, they gonna make a narrative as if like I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer. It's not like he's a stone cold killer who's just gonna go in there and try to knock me the fuck out.
Yeah.
He's gonna outbox me. I'm the greatest boxer. How do you...
Terence Crawford's relationship with Shakur Stevenson goes far beyond casual remarks. Over time, Crawford has consistently praised Stevenson's technical skill and high boxing IQ, even noting that he is special because of how well he adjusts to different styles mid-fight. When fans criticize Stevenson's defensive or cerebral approach, Crawford has defended him, emphasizing that boxing is about hitting without being hit, a philosophy long associated with legends like Muhammad Ali.
Shakur, ain't nobody beat Shakur. I'm saying Shakur beat everybody. It don't matter who it is, Shakur beating them, so it don't matter. Shakur over everybody. That's how it's gonna be. Man, that boy's special. That boy's special, man. Shakur's, you know what I mean, one of a kind, you know what I mean? He adapt to every fighter, and then once he adapt to you, it's a long night.
Floyd Mayweather has publicly praised Shakur Stevenson on multiple occasions, often highlighting his technique and ring intelligence. While Mayweather has never outright said Stevenson is the best in his division, he has consistently pointed to Stevenson's superior skill set. When comparing fighters in the same weight range, Mayweather described Gervonta Davis as the division's biggest puncher, but identified Stevenson as the more polished and technically refined boxer. In simple terms, Davis brings explosive power, while Stevenson represents precision, defense, and elite boxing fundamentals, the very qualities Mayweather built his own career on. Mayweather's respect for Stevenson goes back years. When Stevenson was still a young prospect, Mayweather reportedly told him he saw something special and even suggested that Stevenson had the potential to challenge or surpass some of his records.
Well, you got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, you know, around that area. So, I mean, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevens.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, I mean, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there.
Devin Haney is determined to prove he belongs among boxing's true elite, fully understanding that legacy is built by facing the toughest competition available. Rather than protecting his record, Haney has openly expressed interest in challenging top fighters, especially Shakur Stevenson, a matchup many fans believe could define this era. The fight would mean more than titles. It's about respect, pride, and establishing who the most complete boxer of this generation truly is. Haney believes that defeating a highly skilled and undefeated fighter like Stevenson would silence critics who question his greatness. The matchup also carries enormous financial stakes and global attention, making it one of the most anticipated fights in modern boxing. Meanwhile, other fighters continue to call for major bouts with Haney, reinforcing his status as a central figure in the division.
If those fights are not possible, would you be more inclined just to move up to 140?
Yeah, you know, if I can't get those fights next or it doesn't make sense for it to be next, I'll probably go to 140, test it out, see how I feel at the weight at 140, and then when the time is right, then, you know, I'll defend my belt at 135. We'll just see, though. I got to go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really all it.
Talk about a potential matchup between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson continues to grow, though significant obstacles remain before the fight can become a reality. Even so, both fighters are in peak condition, consistently demonstrating the discipline, preparation, and technical skill that make them extremely tough to beat. Their recent performances and undefeated records highlight their consistency and professionalism at boxing's highest level. Haney has openly addressed Stevenson, making it clear he is ready to step into the ring with him. His statements convey confidence, a desire to face meaningful challenges that could define his legacy, and recognition of Stevenson as a serious and dangerous opponent.
Is Devin Haney going to concede to that? I doubt it. So there's a major obstacle in the way. But nonetheless, as you watch these two fighters fight, you can clearly see, outside of cheating, they're more than likely not going to lose, right? With that said, Devin Haney immediately responds to Shakur, Shakur responds to Devin, right? Again, we had the initial four kings. It was Devin, Ryan, T.O., and Tank Davis, right? It was supposed to be the Four Kings 2.0, from the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearn, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran.
Shakur Stevenson has responded to Devin Haney's remarks, signaling that he is fully aware of the discussion and open to a potential future showdown. His reaction indicates he isn't avoiding the fight, but rather waiting for the right moment when it makes sense both competitively and financially. The back and forth between the two fighters demonstrates mutual respect, while also highlighting the strategic thinking that often governs major bouts. Their exchanges emphasize that elite boxing is not just about skill in the ring, but also about timing, negotiations, and long-term career planning. Both athletes appear focused and prepared, carefully evaluating risks and rewards before committing to a fight.
Shakur this plenty of times. I asked him, do you feel like you're Wilfred Benitez? Because we had that Four King era, but nobody mentions Wilfred Benitez. And the fact remains is Wilfred Benitez beat Roberto Duran as well. And Roberto Duran is 1-4 against those guys. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time. Outside of that, Roberto Duran, he lost to he quit against Sugar Ray Leonard. He got knocked out brutally by Tommy Hearns. He got outboxed by Marvin Hagler and outclassed by Wilfred Benitez. Right? But he's overshadowing Wilfred Benitez. And I felt like these guys, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank, and T.O., overshadowed Shakur Stevenson. And now Shakur Stevenson has shined the light by dominating Teofimo Lopez.
Shakur Stevenson delivered a commanding performance in his recent bout against Teofimo Lopez. Trainer Boozy Andis highlighted just how impressive Stevenson's showing was. What stood out most was that Stevenson appeared to box for long stretches as if he had only one fully active hand, yet he maintained complete control of the fight. His jab was sharp, precise, and consistently applied, enabling Shakur Stevenson to dictate distance and tempo throughout the match. Every movement had intent. His footwork, timing, and defensive awareness demonstrated a level of discipline and ring IQ that neutralized Lopez's athleticism and aggression. While some critics had previously questioned Stevenson's resume and the caliber of his opponents, this fight decisively shifted that narrative.
What I see greatness, man. I see greatness. Shakur practically beat him with one hand, man. That jab, man. Most important hand you have, man. You know? And he looked good doing it, sharp. You know what I mean? Distance. He did everything, man. He did everything right, man.
A lot of people thought it would be a tough fight because Teal's athletic, Teal was experienced, he's fought on a high level. And, you know, they were critical of Shakur. He ain't fought nobody, this and that.
Yeah.
He made Teal look like everybody else.
Made him look like an amateur. Man, he looked like an amateur. Yes.
Now, technically, what did you see? Right? Where did Teal go wrong in that fight?
Where he went wrong?
Yeah.
Fighting Shakur. That's where he went wrong. Fighting Shakur. I knew he just running his mouth. He just was talking, man. I knew that from the beginning, even the time when he talking about.
Despite dealing with a slightly injured left hand, Shakur Stevenson maintained firm control of the fight from start to finish. He relied heavily on his jab, using it consistently while sparingly employing the left hand due to discomfort. Trainer Bogiannis noted that Stevenson could likely have pushed for a stoppage if he wanted, but he chose to fight intelligently, prioritizing control and precision over unnecessary risk. The performance showcased more than technical skill. It displayed ring IQ, patience, and composure under pressure. Stevenson adjusted his strategy, protected his injury, and still outclassed his opponent through timing, footwork, and defensive awareness. Fans in Philadelphia and around the world witnessed a masterclass that reinforced Shakur Stevenson's standing among boxing's elite.
Oh yeah. Shakur knows you could have got stopped too, but Shakur hurt his left hand. His left hand was hurt. If you notice, he was using that jab a lot.
Yeah, jab and then the hook.
And he threw the left hand every now and then. Because I was screaming out. Everybody said they heard me in Philly.
Yo, we can hear you on the TV.
Yeah, that's my young buck. You know what I mean? And I was telling him to throw that straight left hand. Then I noticed when he did throw it, he wasn't throwing it real hard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But he looked spectacular, man. You know what I mean? You can't ask for nothing more, man. And with me, I don't care about what people say, man. They always want to talk about you and say, oh, he should have did this, he should have did that. He did everything that he was supposed to do, and he did it right.
The potential matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney has become one of the most talked about fights in boxing. Fans are eager to see it because both fighters are exceptionally skilled, fast, and disciplined in the ring. Stevenson is renowned for his defensive mastery and pinpoint accuracy, while Haney relies on timing, footwork, and smart combinations. Their contrasting styles make the contest unpredictable, adding to the excitement. Supporters and analysts continually compare past performances and debate who would control the pace. Every exchange could shift momentum, and even small mistakes might determine the outcome. The bout carries significant stakes, including pride, rankings, and long-term legacy.
So it's like maybe something that Devin can definitely go out up there with ease, only need to deal with the size, but he's probably going to have the speed advantage because he's a smaller guy coming up. So, I mean, you tell me, do you feel like that's going to be harder than the Lomachenko fight?
No. I think Loma probably be his hardest top 2 or 3 fights in his whole career. I could predict that even going to the end, you know, to say if Devin fight 8, 9, 10 more years, that'd be one of his top 2 or 3 hardest fights because the age that he fought him. Loma was at his very peak. He was at his peak. He was older. He was right there at his top peak.
The big question on everyone's mind: should Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson face off next? And if the fight does happen, who would come out on top?